Today is July 12th, 2023. So 2 years ago, around this month, I had made a walking video. And boy, oh boy, have things changed a lot since that time. Number one, I need a stick now. I mean, I probably can walk without it, but I feel like I just feel like I'm losing my balance too much. And then watch my feet. When I go down and back, you'll see like it doesn't do. I'm gonna try to do heel ball toe. Let me just try that on this pass. Because in making a video before this to see how the lighting was and everything, I noticed when I was walking that it wasn't heel ball toe. And 2 years ago, it was still like maybe ball toe. So I'm gonna really try hard to walk heel ball toe. And I don't know if I'm doing it. And then when I go back, I'll do it the same way. And then when I come back the other way, I'm gonna do it a different way how I normally walk. So what I want to say is that 2 years ago, actually about a year ago, I was gonna make videos for the 2022 year, but I was getting sick. And my daughter is in kindergarten, so whenever she was getting sick, I was getting sick. And I felt like I'm not gonna make videos when I'm sick because it's not a true representation of how I feel, okay? All right, so now on this walk back, I'm not gonna do heel ball toe. I'm just gonna walk how I normally walk, and we'll see if there's a difference. So I just kept waiting till I got better. And I wasn't getting better. And then, after some weeks or months, I just felt physically weak. And I wasn't sick, but I just felt weaker. And I thought, well, again, I'm not going to do a video of me walking and getting up because it's not how I usually am. So I just kept waiting. And unfortunately, the weakness never went away. And it came to the point where about a year ago, I couldn't get up from the toilet. I just was having trouble lifting my chin up to the counter. I couldn't do it. I would get stuck bent over. And sometimes I'd have to call for my wife to come pick me up, or if she was gone, I would just have to fall on the ground. And it became a little bit too scary for me. I became very nervous when I had to use the bathroom, where my hands would get sweaty and I would feel anxious. And I didn't like that feeling. And so I basically just stopped going to the bathroom when my wife was gone. And so I lost that freedom, but I was still able to get up from the office desk, because that way in the office I used my left arm on the table to get up, whereas in the toilet, in the bathroom, on the counter, I used my right arm to get up. And so I was still able to do it on my left arm. And then don't you know, like a week or two later, I started noticing the same struggles in the office, where I couldn't get my chin up on the desk. And so I couldn't get up. And even when I could get up, my hands would be so sweaty that I would start to slide apart and I couldn't push myself up. I felt like my back muscles weren't very strong. And so I basically have lost the ability to get up on my own. And so now just walking, and then I'm gonna wrap this video up here, is I'm noticing it's more of a pull to get my legs going forward. Also, my stomach is really leaning forward a lot. And this is why when your neurologist, when he tells you to try to maintain your weight, this is why. Because you can see in my posture when I stand sideways, is this a good position here? So my belly sticks out, and it's always kind of stuck out, but it feels like it's sticking out just a little bit more. And the more food I eat, the bigger it gets. And so then it puts more strain on my lower back, which causes lower back spasms, but also it takes my center of gravity off. So now I feel like I have to try to lean forward. And if I lean forward just a little bit too much, then I can fall forward. And so it's hard because, I'm hungry, but you have to also try to maintain your weight. And you don't want to cause more strain on your lower back, which causes lower back spasms. And so you really have to maintain your own weight. The pulling of the legs, the hip flexor muscles, which are responsible, I can feel that they're really struggling. To the point where, I walk so slow, and I used to think that walking slow helped prevent falls, but in fact, it can also induce falls. So, because when you're just using momentum to walk, you can kind of go in a straight line. But when you go slower, you tend to kind of waddle over left and right. And there's a couple times where I would just be standing and I would fall over because, my belly's sticking too forward, or my Achilles tendon is so tight that I start losing my balance and fall back. So it's in 2023, it's more of a struggle. And I wouldn't have thought that in just 2 years' time that my health would decline so quickly. But when you get to this point in life where I've had this disease for 28 years diagnosed, you don't have a lot of muscle left. And what muscle you do lose, it makes a dramatic effect or an impact on your physical abilities. And so I've now started to use the stick in the house just because I feel more safe. If I do lose my balance, I have something to hold on to. I still do not try to hold on to the wall. It's hard because, you can misjudge it and fall. But so in 2023, it's just become a little bit harder, but I'm still walking, and we'll have some more videos of other things that I can do in the coming weeks. So thanks for watching.